Hello and welcome. In this video I will be showing you the tutorial for my original pony beaded kawaii s'more pattern. Welcome to my first installment in my pony bead series. In these tutorials I will be teaching you about how to make my pony bead creations. You can see all of the ones that I've made so far on my pony bead creations video, and a lot of them are original ones that I've made. If you use smaller beads, you can make them into pendants or charms. Mine are used for decoration or keychains. If you have any requests for future videos, please leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in having a custom one made, or if you're interested in buying any of the ones that I make, then please email me or contact me through Etsy. All of that info can be found in the description box. To start out, I always use this string. I have 3 different colors, but for this one we're going to use black. This is only $2.99 for this big reel, and it lasts a long time. I use this because it is flat. This goes really well through the beads and makes it look more together and professional. We start by taking our string and cutting it. For this I don't measure because it depends on your pattern. It also depends on what you want to make it into. You always want more than less. You go back through your project a few times to reinforce it, so you want to make sure that you have enough. Now we're going to put the 2 ends together and then go to the other end. You want it to be a loop like this, and you want them to be sitting nicely on top of each other, not all twisted. So the easiest way for beginners is to make a knot out of this. So you can see what I'm doing here. And now that we'll hold the center spot for you, so that way it's not moving all around, we're going to be using these 2 colors, and then the pink, the black, and the white. So this pattern I'm making up because there is not one assisting for pony beads. So you're going to take your left side string, doesn't matter which one you call your left, but once you choose your left, it's easier to stay on that side. So make sure it's going the right way. You don't want this all twisted, so I typically keep my finger on it going all the way up, so that way it's on the same side. So now we have our end. Now we're going to pick up one of the medium browns for the graham cracker, 2 rice for the marshmallow, one of the darker browns for the chocolate, and 1 more of the medium browns for the graham crackers. So now your string should look like this. Now you go and get the white pieces of string. We're going to go through all of the beads on the left string. And it should look like this now. And now you're just going to purl both sides. And then it should be back by your loop. You can make your loop go to the center, but it's a little bit easier if you make it go to one of the sides. Now at this point, if you choose to, you can take out the loop because it will stay centered once you have the first row. So you can take out your loop now, and then just, if you want to make it into a keychain, you can just put the key ring through the string, because the string will still be on the top there. Now if you have it a little tangled, this is the time to twist it a little bit. Now most people would use like a elastic rather than the flat string, just so that way you don't need to make sure it's not twisted, but if you use this string it makes it sit together a lot nicer and look more put together. So now this is our first row. This one is going to be very easy because the rows are not going to change at all. They're not going to increase or decrease. So for my first tutorial on this, I'm making it easy. So now all the steps are going to be exactly the same, we're just going to be changing the colors a bit. Start the next row with one medium brown, one white, one pink, one of the darker chocolate browns, and one more medium brown. And put that string through all of the ones on the second row. And now we're going to pull it tight again. Now we can just adjust it to make sure that they all sit nicely. Now for row 3, we're going to pick up a medium brown for the graham cracker, a black for the kawaii eye, but you can choose not to do that, and you can choose not to do the pink in the previous row, that was for the blush, a white for the marshmallow, a darker brown for the chocolate, and then a medium brown for the other graham cracker. Going to do the same thing, put this side of the string through all the beads on this side, and pull tight. You should be able to see it start to form now. So we got a few rows of the s'more, and then we have the blush and the eye. Now for the next row, we're going to pick up a medium brown, two whites, a dark brown, and a medium brown again. This is what you should have at this point. So we're going to pick up a medium brown, a black for our eye, a white for the marshmallow, and a darker brown for our chocolate, and then a medium brown for the graham cracker. This is what you should have at this point. Now we're going to pick up a medium brown for the graham cracker, a white for the marshmallow, a pink for our blush, a darker brown for our chocolate, and a medium brown for the graham cracker. This is what we should have now, and we have one more row to go. Then I will show you how to reinforce it. So just like our first row, we're going to take a graham cracker color, two marshmallow colors, a chocolate color, and then another graham cracker color. Now there's our completed s'more. Now what most patterns will show you how to do is just tie a knot on either side of this here. Come on guys, that doesn't look very professional. So what we're going to do is take one side at a time, and it helps if you snip it at a little bit of an angle, so that way it's just easier to go back through the beads. So now this is our right string that I'm starting with. You can start on either side. So it's coming out of the right side here. So now we're gonna go back through the right side of the rows. So it should be coming out on the left now. I'm gonna pull it tight, and now that is reinforced, and we're going to do the same thing to the left one. Snip this at an angle. It just helps get the string through the beads with the multiple layers of string already through it. And now we're going to go back through this row on the left side. And sometimes it takes a while. I normally flip it like what you just saw me do, because it just helps me use my dominant hand. It's easier for me to push the string through with my dominant hand than my non-dominant hand. You will learn to do whatever is the most comfortable for you. So now we have the tip out from here, so we're going to pull it. And now the first row is reinforced. So we're just going to keep doing that all the way up until we get to the top. Again, I will show you. This is already snipped. Sometimes it gets a little dull, and you should have to snip it a few more times. You have plenty of string though, so you can do that. I don't think we will have to snip it again for the remainder of this piece, just because it's already very small. But in the future, I will be showing you more advanced pieces that we will have to snip it a few times. So I just put the right string through, and now I'm doing the left, but I'm flipping it, so now it's the right. So now we're going through the next row up. And you'll see as you do this that the rows of beads get tighter and closer together. You should be able to feel these 3 rows compared to the top here. The less floppy, the more secure. And this is coming out of this row, and we're going to put it going through this row. These beaded pieces are very flexible, which makes it great for keychains. If you happen to see it one day and it's like this or like that, that's perfectly okay. That will happen. You're just going to simply put it on a tabletop or even the palm of your hand and just gently force it back into the right shape. So now we're at the final row. Going to push the right side through, and now this side. Now you've reinforced all of it. This row is completely clean. There wasn't any off or knots on the side. All you see is your lacing, and that's why you choose similar color. So now all you have is this top piece where you can be stringing through your keyring. We can just chop off these sides. So you're gonna get it pretty close. You can just cut it right off. And it's barely noticeable. Thanks for watching.